Alright, doing an audio check before I can even come close to getting started. Hello, testing. Oh, damn, the audio's better than normal. I don't know why. Cool. Let's, uh, begin. Hello and welcome back for the first time to, uh, this game is scary, but it doesn't look like it should be. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Yes, this is a trigger warning. This game has, gore and psychological issues and a bunch of different stuff. It's not, uh, be warned. Yeah, that. I have both of those, but, we're just gonna ignore that. Would you like to review detailed content warnings? No. If you want, you can look those up by yourself. I'm not going to. I have seen, like, I haven't actually seen an entire playthrough, but I have heard what happens in the game, so I know what's going on. There is some stuff with, like, self-harm and suicide, so if you're not comfortable with that stuff, please feel free to just not watch this. I don't want anybody to be uncomfortable or anything like that, so this is your warning. For those of you who are staying, please enjoy. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Yeah, I don't remember what the age rating is, but my parents said it was okay, so yay! Doki Doki Literature Club. Look at how cute it is! This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed, with the light, happy music in the background. Oh, this is so cute! Please enter your name. I have a keyboard. Thank you. Corvus. There it is. That's my name. Okay. Let's go. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she may draw to herself. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna like you, ma'am. I'm an introvert. I don't want attention. The girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and a good friend since we were children. Oh, never mind then. You know the kind of friend you'd never see yourself Jesus Christ, I can't read. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I'm gonna do voices for the characters. They're gonna be shitty, but I'm gonna do them. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe... Nope, that's not right. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Corvus. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Yeah. You are cute, though. I will say that. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me, after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean to me even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. I don't know how to... Oh, that was good. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near the Christ on a stick. As we draw near, the street becomes increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Corvus, have you decided on a club to join yet? Yeah, I'm joining the swim team. Club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I would join, like, a D&D club, or a book club, or a video game club, but only if it was, like, one that actually had accepting people. You know, not like the usual future frat bro video game club. That doesn't interest me. I haven't looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Jesus, I'm an asshole. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting on by the... Why am I having so much trouble reading? When I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Can I, like, change... Hang on. I want to see if there's, like, an easier to read font. Yeah, English, please. I could do it in French, that would be fun. Can I just do... I don't want to skip the text, I just want to change the text. Alright. Well... I was talking about how worried I was that you wouldn't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. That's a legitimate concern for me, my guy. Girl, I don't know, Sayori. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. Oh, that's nice. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the end. I die at the thought of you becoming the fuck is a NEET? A NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What's a NEET? You trust me, right? I need to Google what a NEET is now. What the fuck? Oh well, my Wi-Fi's not working, so that's nice. There it is. What is a NEET? A NEET, an acronym for Not in Education, Employment, or Training. A person who is unemployed and not receiving an education or vocational training. Oh, so you think I'm gonna be a dropout? That's a legitimate concern, if we're being completely honest. You trust me, right? Not really. Don't make me keep worrying about you. I make zero promises, ma'am. I am depressed. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I can promise you that. Yay! Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. That sounds like foreshadowing, doesn't it? The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. That's something I also don't have. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello! Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. That also sounds like something I would do. I think we're the same person. You and I, person with the same name as me, who is me in this visual novel game. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting in here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me, if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Ah, the name of the game. Whoa. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. I love reading, too. Your hands are tiny. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. I fucking love reading! Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I was bringing a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. That's a cute name. Don't make promises you can't keep. Yeah, Sayori, that's like common sense right there, you idiot. I can't tell if I'm also an idiot, so I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's just if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. Oh, well, I don't think so. So, yeah. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Yeah, that's relatable. I dejectedly followed... I like that word, dejectedly. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs. A section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member's here! I told you... that's not... I need to read the names in the box. I told you, don't call me a new member. Huh? I glance around the room. Oh, I like your hair. Girl 1. No name? Excuse me. I'm getting over a head cold. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Why do you know my name? Ah, Corvus, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. Yeah. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Oh no! Oh no! No, Corvus, stop, no! What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki... Oh, you're the one with the cute name! The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Excuse me. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest of the club. I think she's also cute. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. I relate to you. I think we're both introverts, and I think we're gonna be best friends. Oh, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika, right? That's right. No, I don't! Who the fuck are you? It's great to see you again, Corvus. Monika smiles sweetly. Who the We do know each other. Oh. I thought she was just, like, knew who I was. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Oh, slay. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. She's fine. Like, she's alright. I like the other girl, the girl with the purple hair whose name I already can't remember. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... you too, Monika. Jesus Christ, get a hold of yourself. Me. Come sit down, Corvus. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri... Oh, Yuri, that's her name. I like her, she's cute. Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like cats. Oh my gosh, that's so fucking cute! The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. That's adorable! Oh my god! So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one while Monika and I follow. I'm gonna change Natsuki's voice because she's a lot younger than I initially thought she was. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. Sayori! I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. I do that too! That's just the neurodivergency, though. Natsuki is quiet. You alright? I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. You're, like, a lot younger than I am, madam. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Make them for you or anything? Huh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you. No, you dummy. Alright. Oh, you're like a little kid. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. She is like a little kid. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. It does. I love drinking tea while I read. And, like, I have different brews of tea depending on what sort of book I'm reading. It's fun. It helps me get, like, into the atmosphere. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not it. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Yuri did. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Oh, Sayori, that's right. I fucking suck at names. Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home here, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of debate club last year? Oh, cool, you like debate club? That's interesting. Politics, man. Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Oh, never mind then. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Yeah, arguing kinda sucks. Your hair's shiny. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make it something special out of it. And if it encourages... Jesus Christ. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika's a really great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. I fucking love reading, dude! You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. I don't know where her voice is coming from. It's very, like, mysterious, powerful lady. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all grow to... I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Yeah, Natsuki has plenty of time since she's a first year. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it! Oh, that was a voice crack on my part, and I apologize. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls are all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Corvus, what kind of things do you like to read? Oh, I like to read horror and fantasy, and I dabble in romance. It's not my favorite genre, but there are some that I enjoy. Like, I'm reading Butcher and Blackbird right now. It's very dark, very weird, but it's pretty funny at times. Like, one of the main characters makes reference to, I think it's, like, breasting boobily or something. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. That is a lie! I love reading! Oh, you're so cute. You're blushing. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I agree! What are you saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with a finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Oh my gosh, same! Abarat! Abarat is so good! If anybody who's watching this, if you need fantasy book recommendations, Abarat by Clive Barker. I'm pretty sure that the series is unfinished at this point. I'm on the 3rd book right now. I just got it. And I got a 1st edition hardcover, and I'm so excited to start reading it. Anyway, ignore my ranting. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story is in such a foreign world is equally impressive. I agree! I love fantasy! Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. I agree. We're gonna be best introverted friends. We're just gonna sit together and read next to each other. We're not gonna talk, we're just gonna sit there. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Oh my gosh, I love you. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Yeah, that's why I love, like, mysteries and stuff, and horror and thrillers. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh my fucking god! I love you! I read a horror book once. Jesus Christ. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. I agree! Escapism, man! That's probably a mix of the neurodivergency and the queer, but I'm a proud member of the Alphabet Mafia. I don't know where the accent came from, but now I'm Southern. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. We would be best friends in real life, Yuri. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind at the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything about you is just as cute as you are. Suri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! I have that debate with some of my friends. Platonically, obviously, but I feel like I just have to say that because people are weird. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Poetry's fun. I wonder what kind of poem she writes. Limericks, haiku, why can't I think of what it's called? Couplets, that's what they're called. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. I love you, Yuri. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. Yuri, you're like a whiny little child. We sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share with each other. Sure. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Corvus? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. I want to join. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I haven't made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. Yep. You certainly do. All four girls stare back at me with me. I think I'm having a stroke. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Or this... You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make clear-headed decisions when it's like this? If that's it, Okay, that is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Well, that's nice. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Oh, Sayori. Oh, Sayori. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came up for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Yeah, that's fair. And then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, man. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting so we can all share. Okay. Monika looks over at me once more. Corvus, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. I don't. Huh? Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I don't want to impress her, I want to impress Yuri. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. I do have anxiety. Did my door just open? Hello? Okay. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Corvus, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! I'm sorry my voice acting is so inconsistent. I can barely hear myself because I have, like, earbuds in. With that, the two of us depart from the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, And of course, Monica. Monica's scary. That's why I gave her that scary voice. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. When did you become an optimist? You were just being like, Sayori sucks. I haven't read in years. And now you're all like, fortune's on my side! And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem most. Why isn't Monica down there? Misery. I like misery. Tenacious. I like that word. I also like uncontrollable. Oh. Skirt. Fester. Ooh, fester. That's a good word. Effulgent. Effulgent. I'm googling what that means as well. Madam Siri, what does effulgent mean? Hello? Effulgent. Effulgent comes from the Latin term ex meaning out and fulgere meaning to shine. How do you pronounce it?
Fulgent.
Just fulgent?
Fulgent.
A personality that is effulgent radiates with warmth and goodness. When you're in love, you have an I give up reading. Memories. Ooh, covet. I like covet. That's a good word. Oh, suicide. Yeah. Vanilla. Oh, dear Jesus, why is lust an option? Atone. I like that word as well. Atone. Anxiety. I have that. Grief. I have that as well. Oh, that makes, Sayori happy. Maybe we'll be friends again. Time. Desire. Comfort. Philosophy. Ooh, uncanny. I like that word as well. Ooh, death. Oh, Sayori really likes death, huh? Poetry slam. What? I got an award, or the trophy. Spend enough time during the poem minigame for the music to loop. I'm putting thought into this and I had to Google a word. Shut up. Depression. I have that. Unending. Yeah. Heaven sent. Heaven sent. Jesus Christ, I can't read. Fantasy! What does entropy mean? I'm learning so many words from this game. What is entropy? Entropy, a thermodynamic quantity representing the unavailability of a system's thermal energy for conversion into mechanical work. I don't think it's the physics one. It's probably the lack of disorder or predictability. Gradual decline in disorder. I like that word. I'm gonna start using that. That's being adopted into my daily vernacular. Disarray. Yeah, I like disarray. Vertigo. I like that word. Tears. Ooh, vivacious. I like that word. Melancholy. Variance. That's a fun word. Sparkle. I like that word. Vitality. Oh, that's another fun word. Ah! Hi again, Corvus. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Yeah, no shit. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Corvus. I hope this isn't too overwhelming a commitment for you. Nah, I like reading. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Yuri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to come here just to hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Are you gonna kill me, Natsuki? Natsuki, you clearly have a big enough mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. I also have a stutter. I won't make fun of you. Manga is literature! Yeah, it is. Like, comics are literature, just like screenplays are in plays, and... yeah. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops down into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Corvus always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with my busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Corvus can become good friends, too. But, oh, she's so cute! Sayori... Huh? You're making her uncomfortable! As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she's put me into. Oh, Yuri! Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori... me? No, not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Oh, what do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. Oh my gods, I love reading! Ah! My character's a liar and a fraud! And we could, you know, discuss if you wanted. Oh, sure! That sounds great. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Interesting. Surya and Monica are having a cheery conversation over in the corner. Ah, corner people. I see. I, too, am a corner person. Yuri's face is already buried into a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. Yeah. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. Oh, is it? I'm just checking how long I've been streaming for. Oh, only almost 40 minutes. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. I can see you looking at me, madam. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. Yeah, I do that a lot. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Yeah, you said that. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. Oh, that's nice of you. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Is that a real book? There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yeah, that sounds interesting. Now I want to know if that's a real book. Thanks for the recommendation if it is. Or you spell portrait? Portrait of Markov. Is Portrait of Markov real? Portrait of Markov does not appear to be a real book, but Markov is typically in reference to Andrei Markov, a Russian mathematician. Markov's most well-known contribution to mathematics is the Markov chain, a process for selecting outcomes based on one or more of previous events. Oh, that's cool. You really made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. That doesn't sound that dark. Especially considering some of the other shit I've read. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Corvus? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot Yuri is into those things. I am too! She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. I relate to Yuri so hard. It's just those kind of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. Yeah, you're fine. I like hearing you talk. That's like what my friends do when I feel overwhelmed. They just sort of talk and talk and talk, and then I sit there listening to them, and then it stops me from having a breakdown. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. I do the same thing. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. No, you are going to help me stop from having mental breakdowns. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It is a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, is it fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. Yeah, you got a little sweat bubble thingy on your face. Or maybe it's a tear. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. Also, that voice change was purposeful, because she's anxious, so I made her voice go up higher octave. Jesus. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. It's so weird having people read over your shoulder. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really don't have... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do the same thing. I think we're the same person, Yuri. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Oh, she's so cute and so relatable. Yuri! Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Them? Oh, the desks. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the pages. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Huh. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, when I turn the page, Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to the side. But in holding it like this, we're held even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I was looking at you. Excuse me. I glance over at Yuri's face, and our eyes meet. I don't know how we'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I read so fast in real life. This character is like the opposite of me. I'm so much closer to... Yuri. Like, personality-wise. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me so that I can turn it by my own volition. I don't know what that word means either. I'll Google it later. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page, I almost feel like it's an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it underneath her own. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all of the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, Corvus, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that... But wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way! No, Yuri, I'm so sorry! Sorry, I didn't really know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I'm so sorry! I guess I more meant it's kind of cute. Why are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Ow! Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. Just get a bookmark! You're in a classroom. I'm sure there's some paper you could tear a little bit off of to make yourself a bookmark out of it. By the way, that's not her voice. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I don't like you, Monica. You're scary. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Yuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Yuri's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional! Huh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. Why am I getting so nervous? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually the first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Hi, Astrid. My puppy just came into the room. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. You're gonna smudge my ink! Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kinda learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize is that new writers can try to make their styles very deliberate. In other words, you tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit to the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. Yeah, I don't know why Monica chose poetry as the first thing with a new member. I feel like maybe a really short story would have been easier. Perhaps a couplet. Couplets are pretty fun. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Yeah, man. Excuse me. I keep... Ooh, ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glows. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. It's so good! I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. It's really nice. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. Hi, Rigby. My other dog just came into the room. Hi, how you doing? But it took you a long time to read. Did it? I think the only reason it might have taken me a long time is I got distracted by my pets. I just don't read script very often. I mean, cursive. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Yeah, it is. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. There's couplets, there's haiku, there's so many different kinds of poems. Yuri, stop being so hard on yourself, please! No, not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Corvus. Yeah, I know, it's about, like, the essence of the past and shit. Really? You're so stupid. Me? I must have totally missed the point. Yeah, you really did. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their thoughts and feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. I did! Those were my thoughts on it. Am I just dumb? Alright, whatever. Has my YouTube not been streaming this entire time? Oh, fucking hells. That sucks. I bet I can just grab the footage from Twitch and then put it on YouTube later. That's so annoying. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so no, it wasn't. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. I certainly could. You think so? Yeah, of course. Those are my actual thoughts and the in-game words. You know, I was really nervous about doing this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Corvus. Me too. This music is so cute. I don't know, I guess Monica, she's scary. Hi, Corvus. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're a new member and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or anything we can do better, I'm always listening. Yeah, I bet you are, you fucking creep. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. Yeah, I have anxiety. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Go with the flow. Anyway, that's not her voice. Want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I'll have to. Don't worry, Corvus. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? Why? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Corvus. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. Alright, man. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to... Nope, that's not my voice, that's Monica's voice. I need to read the names in the boxes. It's easiest for me to just keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze it, all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. Yeah, her poem was good. I never really asked, though. You should. Be friends. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning and trying new things. Very good. I'm sure I'll end up trying different... I think I'm having another stroke. That's not the right voice. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. Yeah, poetry's fun though. I bet you will learn to enjoy it. That's okay. That's not your voice. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Oh, that's very nice of you, Monica. How long have I been streaming for? Oh my god, it's already over an hour, so I'm gonna save it once this day ends. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. Okay. It's not like you to have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I do. I don't feel confident right now. Especially since the YouTube stream didn't fucking work! So I'll probably just set it as a premiere once I figure out how to fetch the clip from Twitch. I see. Well, let's read it then. Your handwriting isn't as good as Yuri's. Hole in the wall. I'm actually not gonna make that joke. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? Noisy neighbor and angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's... Ow. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking into a hole. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. You sound a little bit too self-aware for my taste, my friend. I don't like you. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. Stop looking at me. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany, you say? Yeah, something like that. Kinda nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. I like that she's actually giving me real advice. Also, when's the horror gonna happen? Monica. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up for later. I mean, I guess that weirdly self-aware thing was pretty spooky. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. And that's why you use pencils. Did your eyes just move or am I going insane? Gonna check the footage there real quick. Don't know how this works, so I can't. Great. I am still streaming, right? Okay, yeah. So just move your hand and go with the flow. Go with the flow. Finding Nemo reference. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Uh-huh. I guess Natsuki, I don't think she'll like it. Huh? Corvus, if you're not going to take the club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What, you expect me to actually believe you put effort into this? I did! Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer! I am a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort in. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve on, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Yeah, probably. I'm an asshole. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can't fry. I thought that said people can't fry. Yeah. Told you weren't gonna like it. You were correct. It's cute, but I don't really feel any connection to it. It's nice thinking about how, like, people try to do things, but, like, I like it. It's fine. What? Just be honest. I am. No, I'm not. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Yeah, that's fair. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about I'm gonna give her more of a Snow White voice. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight onto the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I cannot fucking read. I should stop doing, like, visual novel style and, like, heavy reading style games, because I cannot fucking read for the life of me. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki is feeling proud that I won't take that away from her. Oh yeah, good for you, Natsuki. Oh, Sayori's the only option left, so Sayori. This is a good poem, I can't fucking talk, I can't even say my own name. This is a good poem, Corvus. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. That was a good anime laugh. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. Just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Corvus. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Damn. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only a really good person would do. Oh, that's nice, Sayori. Thanks, Sayori. I'm glad we're friends again. I'm not sure Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Friendship! Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. I haven't heard the word sleepy in, writing in a while. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Damn. Yuri, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Oh yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or, how should I put it? Sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast! Alright, man. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. Get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Oof. Guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch as each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. I feel like that's not really how suggestions work. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Corvus did too. So based on that, I gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Corvus liked my poem too, you know. I liked Yuri's better. That's not meant to be any offense, but I feel like yours just sort of didn't hit that close to home. I did like the symbolism. I thought it was interesting. Why am I giving actual input here? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Corvus appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh. And how do you know he doesn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Corvus started showing up. What? What is in my ear? It sounds like somebody's breathing in my ear. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned toward me, as if they've just noticed I was standing there. Corvus, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true! She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. I disagree. I think that nuance and, like, having to dig deeper into the poem or writing is actually very useful for a lot of people because it makes them think, and thinking makes them think more, which I should stop thinking. Help me explain that to her, Corvus. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Corvus? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course, who's it going to be? I like that help me Sayori is an option. Natsuki, I do not agree with you. Yuri, I agree with more. I kinda wanna know what happens if I'm just like, help me Sayori! No, I'm gonna go with Yuri, because I do agree with Yuri more. Wait, what? Natsuki, you're right, I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick fights just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all! That's not what I clicked, is it? Yuri won't take my poem seriously! I understand. Yuri... You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding me? That's exactly what I did! It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk to clear my head. Siri, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all of your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches up her own poem from her desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it into the trash. Natsuki... She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach and sit in the adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything alright? So embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. Probably hate me now. Oh, Yuri! How could anyone have not gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Oh, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Corvus, you're too kind. Oh, excuse me. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what? What did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. Wait, what did Natsuki say? Whatever. I'm gonna make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. I want tea. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun! Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Corvus, how about you? That's not your voice at all. Corvus, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poem will turn out even better. Yeah, huh? Oh, Luology just started streaming. I just got a notification about that. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself, newfound determination. Yes! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Yeah, I miss my friend. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Huh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Mitsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. Just wanted to know your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Corvus, it's kind of nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is gonna be so much fun. Sigh. Yes. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. I haven't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. What is happening? Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop the- Oh. Yeah. Dating simulator. We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to see Sayori has an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. I think I'm going to save after I finish writing this, because I've been streaming for what, like, hour and a half now, probably? Maybe more? How long? Almost an hour and a half, yeah. Treasure. Desire. Insight. Ooh, eternity. I like eternity. Disown. Variance. Agonizing. I can't fucking read. It took me so long to read the word precious. Vivid. Ooh, crimson. Fantasy. Headphones. After image. Mouse. Ooh, Starscape. Adventure. Boop. Captive. Ooh, Inferno. Incongruent. Melancholy. Marriage. Time. Parfait! Like yogurt? Sensation. Scars. Alright, I'm gonna save it here. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. That's not what I meant to press. Save. Save right here. Oops, nope, that's not what I meant to do, but whatever. Alright, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the game. I'll probably do this again at some point soon. I enjoyed this, and I can't wait for the, psychological horror to, psychological horror. Monica was way too self-aware for my taste in the previous clip, so I think that's all for today. I need to work on my outro skills, and my intro skills, actually. I always forget to do an intro. But, that's it for now, so Au revoir. Goodbye. See you later.